Okay, so good day mga anak. Ang pag-uusapan natin ngayon is modals. So, ang modals is different from a modal na nakikita ninyo sa stage na rumarampa. So, ang modals, this was used for our everyday speaking. It was used also for our everyday conversation. So, hindi lang tayo aware kung ano yung modals, pero nagagamit na natin siya. So, let us proceed. What is a modals? So, modals are auxiliary or helping verbs. They may be used in expressing permission, obligation, and prohibition. So, ang modals daw ay nahahati sa tatlo. So, the first one is permission, the second one is obligation, and the third one is prohibition. For example, I believe I can fly. The bold word here is can, so this is an example of modal. Cody must call the police after the incident. The bold word is must, and this is an example of modals. Janine has to prepare for her exams, so has to is a modal. Bernadette doesn't have to secure a permit for her to go out of her house. Doesn't have to is an example of modal. So, tingnan natin kung alin dyan yung permission, obligation, and prohibition. So, let's start for the first one. So, the first one is permission. Permission is an act of giving consent or authorization. In stating permission, modals to be used include can, could, and may. For example, can is used to ask for and give permission. Examples ng can. Can you give me your number? Can you help me with this? I can do it if you want me to. Okay. Ginagamit natin ang can natin or yung can pag mag-a-ask ka for permission. How about could? Could is also used as a more polite and more formal modal in asking permission, which may not be given. Okay, yung can, mga anak, ginagamit natin siya kung talagang hindi makakahindi yung ating kausap. Okay? Halimbawa, kaibigan natin siya or kapatid natin siya, ginagamit natin yung can. But we are using the word could in more polite way. For example, gumagamit tayo ng could pag teacher or mas nakakataas sa atin ang i-ask natin ang permission. Ginagamit natin to mostly sa office and business meeting. For example, I could possibly ask my mom to cook it for us. So, ginagamit natin yung could kung hindi tayo sigurado kung oo ang sagot ng hihingan mo ng permission. For example, dito sa first example is, I could possibly ask my mom to cook it for us. So, hindi siya sigurado kung ipagluluto ba siya ng mami niya or kaya niya na hingin ang oo ng mami niya. So, number 2 example is, could I interview the mayor? Could I interview the mayor? So, and the second example is, hindi natin sigurado kung mapagbibigyan tayo ng mayor kung mapagbibigyan tayo na ma-interview siya. So, we are using could. The third one is, could you lend me your book? Okay? Could you lend me your book? Hindi mo pwedeng sabihin na, can you lend me your book? Kasi ginagamit din niya yung aklat. Okay? So, could you lend me your book in more polite way? Talagang medyo mas mataas ang level ng modals na could. How about the third one? May. May is the most polite and formal modal used in asking and giving permission. Okay, examples. Medical practitioner affected by COVID-19 may now claim their financial support from the government. Teacher may now distribute the modules to the learners. May I borrow your book, please? Okay. May is the most polite and formal modal used in asking and giving permission. Bakit siya yung may? Yung pinakang polite, pinakang kailangan. Kasi ginagamit natin ang may pag may matindi kang pangangailangan. Okay? Kailangan mo ang isang bagay, kaya kailangan mong gumamit ng may. Okay, for example, teacher may now distribute modules to the So, we are using may because we have to distribute modules dahil kung hindi kami mag-distribute, wala kayong modules. Okay. The second type of modals is what we called prohibition or prohibition. Sa Tagalog, ipinagbabawal. Or kahit paano ay binibigyan ka ng kapahintulutan pero nagpo-prohibit sa'yo o nagbabawal sa'yo. Prohibition is the act of disallowing or prohibiting someone in performing or doing something. Modals showing prohibition include can't and must not or mustn't. Okay? So that are example of prohibition. Okay, let us examine or analyze. Can is used in dealing with something against rules, laws, and signs. This is used when the speaker is not the only one who sets the rule. Okay, we are using the word can't. Okay, halimbawa ako, I'm giving a rules, and then you are giving a rules, and then the whole class is agreed to the given rules. For example, you can't go out during the community quarantine. So, bakit you can't go out? Because we have quarantine policy. The second example is the company can't apply for motion for reconsideration for legal proceeding. Okay? You can't buy any alcoholic beverages due to liquor ban because of liquor ban policy. Another good example is when we are in the school. For example, you can't have a trash bin inside the school. Why? Because we have no trash bin policy. Because of that policy. So yung can't, we are using the modal can't kung hindi lang tayo ang nagbabawal. Kundi buong klase or madaming tao or isang buong pamayanan ang nagbabawal. So, can't in dealing with something against rules or law. The second one is must not or mustn't. Okay? It's used in dealing with something that is not permitted. In this context, it is the speaker who sets the rules. Kung kanina yung can't, ang rules niya is pangkalahatan. So, dito naman sa must not or mustn't, speaker na mismo or yung mismo nagsasalita na ang nagbabatas na ito ay bawal. For example, you must not turn off your camera during online class. That is a teacher and students online class. So, pag tayo ay nagkakaroon ng online class, hindi ko sa inyo ipinapa-off at hindi ko din sa inyo pinapa-present at huwag yung ipipindutin ang present now sa ating mga Google Meet. Okay? Mustn't you eat fruits inside the fridge? Mother to child. Okay? That is an example of relationship. Mustn't. Ibig sabihin, yung mother naguutos dun sa anak. Salome must not tell my secrets to her friends. Boss to a colleague. When we say a colleague, this is a co-worker inside the given company or, for example, in a school. So, Salome must not. So, ikaw yung mismong nagbabatas. Very strong ang prohibition mo. Hindi na kailangan ng policy na i-agree ng lahat ng tao. Ikaw na mismo ang gagawa ng policy or ikaw na magseset ng rules para magamit mo ang must not or mustn't. Okay, let us proceed to the third type of modals, and that is obligation. Obligation express commitment or duty. Modals used in expressing obligation include have to, has to, and must. Okay? So, obligation, may commitment ka na. Pag sinabi natin commitment, kailangan mong panindigan, hindi lang dahil kailangan mong gawin. Okay? That is obligation. Obligado ka. Okay, let's start. Okay. Has/have to is used when obligation comes not from the speaker. The obligation is set by an authority, rule, or law. Okay? Ginagamit natin ang has to or have to pag ang obligation ay iniuutos sa'yo. Hindi ikaw ang nag-uutos sa sarili mo, kundi you are being obliged to follow. Has to or have to is used in obligation that is set by any authority. Halimbawa, nagtatrabaho ka, you have to work inside the company. Okay, example, I have to be in the airport before the flight departure. Bakit kailangan mo ng have to? Because pag hindi ka sumunod sa flight departure, may iwan ka ng eroplano. At hindi ikaw nag-set ng rules. Ang kumpanya ng eroplano. So, kailangan mo, I have to be in the airport before the flight departure. Okay, the second example is, she has to submit her report on time. Okay? Hindi ikaw ang nangangailangan, dahil ikaw ang may pangailangan, siya ang nagbibigay ng rules. For example, ako ang teacher mo at ikaw naman ang sinabihan ko, she has to submit her report on time. Ibig sabihin, hindi ako mag-aantay buong maghapon para lang antayin ang module mo. Ikaw ang kailangan mong magpunta sa school on time. Okay? Because you are obliged. So, ano yung pinagkakaiba ng have to sa has to? Okay, yung have to, ginagamit natin siya sa I, we, you, and they. Sa has to, ginagamit siya sa third person, singular. So, she, he, it. Example ng it is the company, okay? Singular pronoun or single pronoun. So, the company has to pay retrenchment benefits to the employees. So, ilang company? So, the means the company, iisang kumpanya. Okay? The company has to pay retrenchment benefits to its employees. So, obligado ang kumpanya pag nagtanggal ka ng trabaho sa iyong company, nakalagay doon sa ating batas na kailangan mong bayaran ang kanilang huling sweldo. Okay? And then, may mga retrenchment benefits din naman. Okay. The second one is must. Must is used when expressing obligation, comes from the speaker or from an authority. Okay. Ang must pwedeng galing sa speaker o pwedeng galing sa atin. And then meron pang isang speaker na siya yung ating authority or mas mataas ang posisyon. For example, I must call my husband now. Okay, pag sinabi mo yun, kailangan ko na tawagan ng asawa ko ngayon. Okay? Ikaw naman ang nag-set ng obligasyon sa sarili mo. So, must ginagamit siya sa sarili or must pwede rin gamitin pag there is an authority na kailangan mong sundin. Okay. For example, we must finish the report on time. So, tayo naman lahat ay obligadong tapusin ang report on time. Obligasyon. I must stay away from them. The third one is I must stay away from them. So, you are obliged to stay away from them. Ikaw na mismo ang nagbatas sa sarili mo or ikaw na mismo ang nag-oobliga sa sarili mo na umiwas sa kanila. The next one is no obligation expresses the absence of commitment or duty as one may do it or not don't, doesn't have to, is used to express no obligation. So ito naman yung mga words na pwede nating gamitin para ipakita na hindi tayo obligado or no obligation at all. Pwede natin gawin or pwede natin hindi gawin. So example, she doesn't have to attend the funeral if she is not feeling well. So kung hindi ka naman talaga maganda ang pakiramdam, so pwede ka namang hindi umattend sa funeral. So she doesn't have to. Okay? The second example is, you don't have to come to my office in person. You may submit it online. Okay? Hindi ka naman obligado pumunta sa opisina, pero pwede mo naman siyang isubmit online. So, doesn't have to and doesn't have to. So, don't have to and doesn't have to. So, anong pinagkaiba nila? So, we are using the word does if that is third person singular pronoun. The next one is, the employees don't have to come in the morning as the activity will start in the afternoon. So, it is a simple logic. So, bakit ka naman papasok ng sobrang aga kung sa hapon naman pala mag-start um, ang inyong meeting, or in the afternoon sa hapon pa lang mag-start ang activity na kailangan ninyo. So, these are example of no obligation modals. So, doesn't have to or does not have to kasi naglalagay lang tayo ng apostrophe, or don't or do not have to, may apostrophe lang, pinaiikli lang natin, or don't have to, ganun din. So, ito yung mga no obligation modals na pwede rin natin gamitin. So, under pa rin siya ng obligation, since to be na ito ay something on may choice ka naman dito. Pwede mong gawin or pwede mong hindi gawin. So, it ends our lessons. I hope kung meron kayong katanungan, pwede nyong i-jot down sa comment section, and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you!